Hi, beautiful people. It is day 4 of Black Girl Creative Week. Hello, and thank you for being here. Ooh, so I tried to open the windows and they're cutting the grass. It's not going to happen. So, hello, everybody. It's good to see you. I hope that you were able to take some time for yourself. Hopefully, you were able to, you know, have some quiet time. I went walking this morning, and so that was fun. And I went to the grocery store. That wasn't so fun. So now I'm back centering myself for this conversation. But yes, welcome everybody. Hello. It's good to see y'all. It's good to see y'all. Oh, hi, Deshaun Burns. Hello. Hi, Albert. It's good to see you. Hi, Greta Cobb. Hello. Hello. Hi, Aline Mika. It's good to see you. Hi, Marissa. If you all missed the conversation last night, let me just tell you guys, I got to pull it up, the link to it. We had a wonderful time last night, and I was in the company of beautiful women. We were talking about creativity, kind of like everything creativity, but also like imposter syndrome, the fears that we have around creating, around being, showing up, being our authentic selves. It was such a good conversation, and so I'm going to share that link with you. And Marissa was there, so yes, good morning or afternoon, everybody. It feels like morning to me, but yes, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Okay, so today we are going to talk about permission. Permission. The reason why I want to talk about permission is because a lot of us are waiting for someone, whoever this person is, to make us feel like we are worthy of doing the thing that we want to do. So here's the conversation. Sorry. Here's a link. Yay. And for myself as a creative, I've found myself on the end trying to seek permission from other people, and that don't really work out that well. So I really wanted to talk about that today. But first of all, how you guys doing? I want to hear from you all. Just pulling up a couple of things. Yay. All right. I lost it. Okay. Yes. Hi, Greta. Hi, Greta. Please remember to show Lisa some love, appreciation, and support by liking the live. Yes, please. If you like it, please like it. It helps out with the algorithm. It helps me know that what I'm talking about is beneficial to you all. And it's just like, it feels good. So thank you. Thank you. Yay. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. Hi. Hi, DZ Wonderlust. Hello. Hello. Hi, baby. Aw, thank you. Thank you so much. Hi, Janessa Cool. It's good to see you. Good to see you. Hi, Empowered Selfishness TV. My friend is the son of Gladys Horton of the Marvelettes. We are putting together a musical. I will be in touch when casting starts. Yes, please. Please. Oh my goodness. That is beautiful. That's awesome. And thank you. Yes. So hello everybody. Oh wow. That made my day. That made my day. Okay. Hello. Thank you, Empowered Selfishness TV. That's beautiful. Okay. So permission. So as a kid, I remember going on field trips, basically anything. You needed a permission slip to do anything at school. Like if you were going out of the county or down the street, you had to ask your permission. You had to ask permission from your parents, right? They gave you a permission slip to say, hey, this person is allowed to come with me, this place, whatever the liability is, and some money because lunch, right? So as children, we're taught to seek permission from other people. And it makes sense because kids don't really know what they're doing. Kids are just kind of, they're just out here, and it's up to the adults in their lives to keep them safe from harm, to assess situations, to be like, I know that you want to do this, right? However, no, right? Kids want to eat candy for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Kids want to run out in the street. It's up to us to reel them back in and be like, hey, this is not safe. You know what I'm saying? This is not safe. So field trip, sex ed, joining a club or organization, I had to default to whatever my mother decided. Whatever my mother decided, or whatever my teacher decided, or whatever the bus driver decided, or whatever any adult in my life decided that I would do. And again, this is for good reason. It's not for bad. Empowered Selfishness TV. He loves your rendition of, wow, I'm honored. That's, first of all, that's a huge, I don't even know what to say. I'm honored that he likes that rendition of Please Mr. Postman. That's okay. Yes. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. I appreciate that. Thank you. Wow. Wow. Let's talk about it with Mary. Hello, good morning or afternoon. Hey, Alicia in chat. I gave myself permission to take the day off from work. My mental is not there today. I love that for you, Mara. I love that for you. And you deserve a day off. You deserve a day off. And I love that you're advocating for yourself and saying, you know what? I'm not feeling it today, so no. So yes. So permission, right? It taught a lot of us to seek validation. Seeking permission taught a lot of us to seek validation before we act, start anything, or even consider something. before we start something, we talked about this a little bit last night, like, oh, how will it be received? What will this person say about this thing? Even when we want to do something that might be a little different than what our friends and family know us for, right? It can feel like, oh, I don't have permission to be all of myself because these people don't really know this side of me or this version of me. They only know one version of me, and I can't come out of that box because it's going to make them uncomfortable, right? And so it teaches us to seek permission and prioritize other people and approval above everything else, above what we want to do, above what we feel drawn to, right? And it kind of like we kind of get brainwashed in that, or not even brainwashed, but I'm going to say brainwashed. We kind of get brainwashed into thinking that our thoughts, that our ideas, that our concepts, the dreams that we have, that somehow we are not a good source of those things. Like we're not a good judge of these things that we want to do, that we are not inherently wise or brilliant or creative, that we have to seek other people before we do something. So an example of that in my own life is like, I'll have an idea for a program or for a song or for whatever, and I'll share it with somebody and I'll say, what do you think of this? And generally, like, I am curious to know like what people think, but sometimes with that question, I'm really asking for permission. Like, do you think this deserves to see the light of day? That's what I'm really asking. Like, what do you think? Or I'll have an opinion that differs from other people or what other people are saying. And I'm like, what do you think about that? Does that make sense? I say that a lot. I know I say that a lot. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. And then I'm sitting in this place of knowing what I feel, knowing what I know, right? Knowing what I'm trying to communicate. But then if somebody else thinks something different, a part of me is kind of like, maybe I don't think that. Maybe that is a silly idea. Maybe that doesn't make sense, right? Like, or maybe I'm not that talented. Maybe it doesn't deserve to see the light of day. You know what I mean? That's what I struggle with currently. And so the remedy for that for me is trying to see myself as a great resource, to see myself as my own parent, to see myself as the adult in the situation. Again, I don't know when I became an adult, how that happened, but here we are. And so I think that transition from child to like adolescence is a little tricky because you're pushing against the system, right? There's a lot of whys asked. Why do I have to do it this way? Like the rebellion kind of comes out of adolescence sometimes, and it shows up different ways. But I think it's healthy to push back and ask why, and to be like, that's not really what I think. Like becoming of age comes with like the ability to have an opinion depending on the house that you grew up in, because a lot of houses you were not allowed to have an opinion, or you could have an opinion, but it wasn't honored or cherished, right? And unfortunately, that actually sometimes results in us feeling like we can't trust ourselves. Like what we think, what we believe, what we see, what we want to do, like we are not trustworthy. That somehow somebody else has the authority to believe something different than us, and that can take the place of what we believe and what we think, right? So that gets a little dangerous. Yes. I'm glad you all are understanding. Okay, good. Hi, Yoli. Good morning. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for being here. Hi, H&D Abroad. Hello, creative family. Here to dream deeply in this empowerment space. Thank you for the space, sis. You're welcome, and thank you for being here. Thank you. Greta Cobb says, yes, reparenting is huge. It is. Marissa says, woo, yes, viewing yourself as the authority is a tough transition. It really is. Hi, Chris XC. Hello. Good morning. But yes, like that transition from like depending on someone else for everything, like what should I do? Where should I go? Where should I apply to school? Like, and then even when you're in school, they're telling you everything, what to do, right? When to eat, when to take a break, if you can take a break, when to go to the bathroom, like just basic human needs. We're taught to seek validation and approval from other people for basic stuff. Like I've seen times when, kids will be like, Mom, I have to use the bathroom. And to be fair, sometimes kids be trying it. They be trying to stay up as long as possible, or like, stay in grown folks' business, whatever. But there are times that I've seen in school as a child where people have been like, no, I have to pee. And the teacher's like, you don't have to pee, right? And then what happens? The child wets themselves, and then they feel shame about that. But they know their bodies. They know that they have to use the bathroom, right? And so like, again, from childhood, we're taught to deny and kind of betray ourselves, to like question even like, no, my bladder feels full. Like we know what that feels like to have a full bladder, right? And an authority figure is telling us like, no, you don't have to pee. It's in your mind, right? So that causes conflict and confusion. And it makes you think like, oh, well, maybe I don't know. Like maybe I'm going to get in trouble for like when you feel like you're going to get in trouble for prioritizing yourself and listening to yourself, you're less likely to do it, right? Because you don't want to be shamed, you don't want to be ousted or yelled at, or you don't want to deal with the consequences. And then I've had situations where I did not listen to myself, I listened to somebody else, and it turned out exactly how I thought it was going to turn out. And then I feel shame and regret. That shame of like, dang, I should have listened to myself. Then I'm beating myself up, right? That shame that we learn. You know what I'm saying? Like, not to be kind with ourselves. Now, okay, for next time, but listen to yourself. Or in the first time, listen to yourself. Like little things, my intuition will tell me. Like, we'll be grocery shopping and I'll say, I think we need peppers. I don't know that we need peppers. I have not looked, but something in me is telling me we need peppers. And then somebody might talk me out of getting the peppers, right? And then I go home and there's no peppers. And I'm like, I should have just listened to myself. I should have just believed myself, right? And then I get frustrated because I'm like, why I get frustrated with myself because I'm that evidence of seeking the approval and the authority of other people rears its ugly head again when I could have just listened to myself, right? And so we want to like lessen that gap of like, you know, who we are, what we believe, and like what other people are saying. Because the truth is, people can have good intentions, but what they're asking you to do or what they're telling you that you should do or shouldn't do is harmful to you. People can have good intentions and still harm you, right? And so when we're listening to other people before ourselves, when we're giving ourselves over to other people, giving giving a permission slip to other people, like, please give me permission to do the thing, right? We put ourselves in a disadvantage because sometimes they don't know what we need to do. We're adults now. We're adults. We have the voice inside. We have the intuition. Sometimes that what they can offer is not what we need. So we look to others for permission as if they are the authority in our lives. And Marissa talked about this before on a live. We talked about this. Like, you're trained as a child to bow to someone else's authority, which in some regards, yes, right? But at some point, no. Like, you have autonomy. You have choice. You have choice. And so when we're bowing to this authority, like, who is this authority? A lot of us are following rules, and we talked about this a little bit yesterday, but a lot of us are following rules and stuff that are made up from people that we don't even have faces for. Like, who said that this had to be the rule? Who said I had to do things this way? Who said it had to look like this to be valid? Right? We don't know. We can't put a face to it. But because of programming and so many years of listening to other people, like, we feel like we are lost without their guidance. I'll give another example. I had this thought of going back to school, and I might in the future, who knows? Right now, I'm just kind of chilling. But I had this thought of going back to school, and I really had to interrogate, like, why do I want to go to school? Why do I want to go to a place that traumatized me? Like, I'm talking like college. Well, school too, but college traumatized me. So I'm like, why do I want to go? Where is that coming from? And I realized that I felt kind of directionless in my life. And in that school, even though it was traumatic, it still gave me guidance, right? There was still a rubric. There were still things that I could check off to feel like I'm doing the right thing. And like, with the help of my husband, I got to the root of that. It's like, I just feel like I'm not trustworthy. I feel like I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I don't have a roadmap in front of me. I'm just kind of figuring this out as I go along. And it feels more comforting to be in a school system that tells me what to do, where to be, when this thing is due. Like, A plus B plus C equals this, right? Like, and it's a formula that people follow, but it doesn't necessarily guarantee success, especially success in the way that you want success, because success is not the same across the board, right? So yes, I can get the degree. Yes, I can get the good grade. But at the end of the day, when I graduate, when I walk that stage, now what? I'm still going to be like, okay, what am I doing? And the reason why I said that I'm still considering going back to school is because I want to study things. And I'm not necessarily looking for, like the degree to get me someplace, but like to learn. Like, I want to learn. Like, I want to learn, but I don't want to go to that school. So for me, that's how that showed up, looking for permission. Like, oh, I'm about to apply for another school, for another loan, and then hopefully get in. And then they're going to tell me what to do. They're going to have the directions for me for at least 3 or 2 years. And I could take a break, because decision fatigue is a thing, like when you're stepping out on your own and doing your own thing, trying to figure it out, it can be exhausting. It can be taxing. It can be tiring. And so then you're looking for a place to rest. And it's like, oh, I'm just going to rest with these authority figures, right? But then that's dangerous, because when you are unrested, you're not clear. You can be guided anywhere because you don't know who you are, what you're doing, and you're not fully present, if that makes sense. I hope what I'm saying is making sense. But yes. So what is the truth? The truth. We think we need folks' approval or permission to do the thing we want to do, but we're not minions. We're not children. We're not children. And that's a scary thing to have to grow up. Like, when you realize that you are in control of your life in some aspects. Some things just happen that we can't control, right? But it's scary that transition from child to adolescent to adult now. And I'm responsible for me. And so what does that mean? Like, I have more responsibility. I have more things to do, more things to maintain, more things to keep up with. And it's just easier for us to be able to be like, okay, I'm just going to do what they tell me to do because I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I'm scared. I don't know what I'm doing, right? We feel like that little child again. So we're not minions. We don't need approval, and people pleasing, like, that shows up as people pleasing. Like, tell me what to do, right? Tell me what I should be doing because I want to get acceptance. I don't want to feel that discomfort of me doing my own thing alone and people not getting it. I don't want to feel like I'm on the outside looking in. I don't want to feel rejected, right? And so we look to people pleasing as a remedy for that feeling that we're feeling, and that's not the remedy. It's not. So, people pleasing kills. We've talked about the cost of people pleasing here, so if you want to check that out, please check out that video. But a few things that people pleasing kills: our dreams. Like, I don't believe that dreams die, but I think that it smothers it a little bit. We lose ourselves. We lose connection with the truth. We then start to not trust ourselves even more because we're giving ourselves even more to other people, right? Like, so this remedy that we think we're going to find in people pleasing and seeking permission, it actually does the exact opposite. It supports this belief and idea that we are inherently flawed, that we're not brilliant, we don't know what we're talking about, you know what I'm saying, that we're not the authority in our own lives, that we don't know ourselves well enough. When we have been with ourselves our whole lives, we know, like, there is a part to getting to know ourselves that I think we all should do, but I think we underestimate how much we really do know ourselves. We know what we don't like. And so instead of just saying, I don't like it, so I don't want to do this, what do? We muscle through anyway. Because they said I should be doing this. Right? Like, and I keep bringing up the gym example because that was real for me. Like, you know what? They say I need to go to the gym. They say I need to work out. So that's what I'm going to do. Who is they? Right? But they said I need to do this. I'm going to do that. And I hated it. And I was miserable. And I hated going. And I made every excuse to not show up. And I'm just like, how about we just don't do it? Do I have permission to just not do what I don't want to do? Yes. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Okay. Yes. But people pleasing kills. And we'll get to that in a second. But I want to see what y'all are saying. Let's see. Oh, yes. Greta, we need to conform to the law of how we feel. Yeah. Because even though people say feelings lie, and sometimes sure, but sometimes they don't be lying. Most times feelings are just a response to what's really happening, right? Like, it could be the interpretation of the feelings that could be wrong, but feelings themselves, I don't think lie. I don't think feelings themselves lie. I think how we interpret them can sometimes lie. But yes, our feelings are a guidepost. Our feelings are wise. It's wisdom. So yes. Thank you for the space of the balance of adult and child. You're welcome. Yes, we are groomed since preschool to be controlled. Absolutely. And probably even before that. Absolutely. Greta says, at the age we are not fully aware of mastering our body and mind. That is a learned practice. Yes. At that age, okay. At that age, we are not fully aware of mastering our body and mind. That is learned practice. I love that. And hi, Akila. Hello, Akila J. Let's see. Marissa says, we're taught to question our sacred intuition. Yes. This maintains oppressors' power because we look to them to co-sign what we know to be true. That part. This is what I'm struggling with, right? Or what I have struggled with, and I'm trying to come out of that. I told you all before that I bought a whole bunch of books, right? And I would buy all these books, some of them because I want to read them, but a lot of the books I bought because them talking about what I'm saying validates me. Them writing a whole book, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm reading the book, I'm like, yes, this is exactly how I feel. This is what I believe, right? And so I'm thinking because you're a published author and maybe you have like, you know, letters behind your name or whatever, like you are wiser than I am. So therefore, if you believe what I believe, then I am valid. Then how I feel is valid. When really it's like, no, girl, you felt that way before. You didn't need that book's permission to believe that. Like, you could have just sat in the truth of like, yes, like I wanted to buy a book about sensitivity and all this stuff to give like language to my sensitivity. But I'm like, girl, you already know you're sensitive. And that's beautiful. Let's go forward, right? Like I can get tools to help me with that, but to validate it, that's a whole different thing. Because I don't need validation. I'm my own validation. I'm my own permission, you know? So yes, I agree. Yes, Albert. Hello. Greta says, I was tired of accredited education. Yes. At such a young age, I did not buy into the traditional route. Metaphysics was never accepted, would never be accepted in mainstream. We create our community. I love that, right? Because before people were able to go to school regularly, we still had community learning, right? We still learn from people. We still had apprenticeships, right? We still learn from our grandmothers and our parents from just watching and observing and being a part of these things. And I think for me as a learner, I need to do it. Like it's cool in theory to see it on paper, but what does it feel like? What is the actual doing the thing? How do I apply this to real life? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is the point of this? I'm very much that kind of learner. And I love that you said that, because it's like for a lot of things at accredited institutions, a lot of things are not normalized. Like, say you want to study herbalism, right? Like herbalism, that's something I want to study. I have not found a lot of programs at colleges and universities to talk about that, because what is prioritized is like pre-med or going into like the regular field of medicine, right? In a very, like in the way that we understand it, like looking at the hospitals or whatever. But what about other things? You know what I mean? And that trickles down to our healthcare system, right? When I used to work at the hospital, I used to work like, helping people get their insurance stuff together and a lot of other stuff. But anyway, but the insurance part, it was interesting to see that even the care that people needed, they still were not able to access it because the insurance would not pay for it. The insurance would not pay for herbal, like natural remedies. The insurance wouldn't pay for herbs and tinctures and things like that. What they would pay for is the expensive surgeries. What they would pay for is the expensive medication that also harms the body. They weren't interested in holistic healing. And so I think our schools reflect that. What is going to make us money? Because ultimately, what they're going to do when you graduate, they're going to send you those letters and ask you to donate money, even though you just paid them thousands of dollars for your degree. They're going to ask you for more money. And if I set you up to make more money, then you can give me more money to my school. So it's all an investment. Like what they choose to teach, what they don't, it's all wrapped up. It's all capitalism. It's all the system, So yes, I do agree. We must create our own community. We have to, because we can't look to them to give it to us. That would work against their benefit, right? That would work against their bottom line. So I agree with this, Greta. I agree. Chris says, people pleasing can be dangerous, but also rewarding. It can be, but I guess the question is like, for that being reward, is the reward that you get from people pleasing, is it going to last? Is it honest and authentic? If the reward for me, for example, people pleasing, okay, this person will like me. Will I like me though? If I have to be a liar, will I like me? If I have to pretend to be somebody else for them to get approval, am I really liking this relationship? Because now I have to act and perform for this person instead of just being myself and relaxing and being the Alicia that I am, So yes, it does have its awards. I agree. However, those awards usually are not long lasting, and it's usually not fulfilling. You know what I mean? Like, it's just kind of like at the surface, yes, I get acceptance, but I also betray myself. And I also am low key lying to them. I'm also manipulating them. I'm also manipulating a situation, right? Like there's so many other parts to people pleasing. Yeah. So that's all. But yes, I agree. Greta says, even when we are young, the cracks of our sacredness will peer through the conditioning of they, them. You say, he say, preacher says, teacher, the crack will begin to break until you say, yes, I love that. Greta, and I agree. Learn practice from healed folks. Yes. Hi, Epic Studies. Hello. Good day to you, Alicia. Fire, build. Yesterday with you and the sisters. Yes. You all are beautiful minds. Peace, love, honor, and respect. Thank you so much. Yes, last night was amazing, y'all. If y'all have not seen that, please check it out. It was so warm and so, I keep saying nourishing. I want to find a different word, but it was soul nourishing to me. That conversation was soul nourishing to me. So I was grateful. Yes. Hi, Tori doll. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Hi, MG. I take the approach of study to show thyself approved until you can get in the right classrooms and manifest the right teachers. Yes. MG says it's exhausting and I have ADD, but it's rewarding in the end. Yes. Thank you for sharing that. And hello, Ms. Rel61. Hello. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. I'm just passing through. Was just contacted yesterday by a former employee who underpaid me, still owes me reimbursements, and watched me shoulder the burden for the entire project. They need my help to gather all of the elements for deliverables before they can sell the project. Wow. My employment on the project ended a year ago. I deleted the email from yesterday asking for my help. Listen, okay? I am not employed by you now, so I owe you nada, okay? I don't care anymore. It feels good to treat them the way they treated me. Insignificant. Boundaries. Because How dare you, right? Like the audacity, boundaries. And I love that you stood up for yourself because absolutely not. No, no. Mm-mm. And they still owe you stuff. That's a whole other thing. They still owe you things and got the nerve to be asking you for more. No, absolutely not. Greta says, even though we know even though we know it could be painful to be in that space, the journey of being, becoming, knowing, we need to be grateful for the dark night. It is the dark night that will reveal you. I love that. Thank you for saying that. Epic Study says, wonderful breakdown. To understand the process, you have to know what makes it tick. Yes, what makes it work. Some fall in line, some exploit and manipulate for profit while seemingly benevolent. Exactly, exactly. And I am all for you getting what you need from that situation and bouncing. I'm all for that. Like, and I know people are like, you have to see it all the way through and blah, blah, blah. I don't believe that. I think that you can leave. Like, if something is not, if a job, a school, whatever, it's okay to quit. It's okay. Like, it's okay to quit, to get what you need, bring it back to your community, and be able to use the information that you've learned for your benefit and for the benefit of your community. I'm all for that, you know? Yay, I'm glad it was nourishing. I'm glad. Hi, Striding Through Doors. Hello, welcome, welcome. Marissa says, woo, and the damage that integrated schools have done to our communities is real. That part. That's a whole discussion. Yes. That's what, yes, exactly. That's a whole other discussion though. Exactly. It is. It is. Cause that's, it's hard because it's like, I understand because separate was not equal, obviously. But at the same time, yeah, there are other issues that arose, but yes, yes. Hi, Trish the Natural. Hello, hello, hello. Greta says, normalize going through a dark space, you grow from it, but remember the lesson. Yes, yes. Hi, Witchy Way. Hi, I just found you in your amazing Pumpkin Blossom Squad. Yay, yay. Thank you for being here. Yes, MG, yes. ADD here, yes, yes, yes. Just passing through says, I'm so full of righteous anger today that I forgot to say hello to the members. Oh, no worries. Hello, we're happy that you're here just passing through. Thank you for sharing that. And I'm happy that you felt, safe enough to vent that. I appreciate that. And you have the right to be angry because that is enraging. It's insulting. It's like a spit in the face. It's a spit in the face. So yes, hello. Hello, Alicia. Hello, fellow compassion community members. I need this community today. I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad that you're getting what you need. Yes. That part, you owe them nothing. Nothing, 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 nothing. They should have thought about that. Like, that's their job. You know what I mean? So yes, anyway. So yes. So I said, many of us are waiting to live and create. Many of us are waiting for the perfect time. We're waiting to get the approval from people. When I get this thing, then I will be enough to do the thing, right? So what are we waiting for? Parental approval? That might never come. Retirement? Sadly, that might not ever come. To not be afraid? Like, are you waiting until you feel like you're worthy? Are you waiting to get married? Are you waiting for friends to get it? Like, are you waiting? What are you waiting for? And what permission do you need to start? What do you need to start? Okay. What arbitrary rules are we following that someone else designed? The thing that says, oh, you have to be, unless you're this age or younger, you can't do this. Or unless you have this kind of body, you can't do this. Or, if you don't have this degree, you can't do this. And obviously, I'm not talking about practicing medicine or things like that, right? Because yes. But what other rules are you, like, do you need a degree to do the thing you want to do? Is there another way to do it? Do you need their approval to do it? Can you do it on your own? The rules are all fake. We talked about that last night. It's all fake. It's all fake. The rules are all fake. And many are pushed on us without explanation. Like, really, when you say, like, why? When you ask the question why, a lot of people cannot tell you why. Why do I have to do it like this? Why? What's going, like, we're not allowed to ask why. Like, in a lot of school settings, we can't ask why, even though, like, you're in school to learn, which is interesting. In a lot of religious communities, you can't ask why. At your job, you can't ask why. You're just kind of taught to, like, oh, hello, just do the thing. Just do what I say because I said so. Because I said so is used in a lot of different places than just at home, your child. It's that programming. Like, oh, I'm not allowed to ask questions. If I ask questions, I might be harmed. And that might be true, right? Bullying does happen. If I ask questions, I'm going to be outcasted. There has been so many instances, like at gatherings for like organizations that I was belonging to and things like that, where I have asked questions. And to me, they are valid questions. Like, it's not to be antagonizing. It's out of curiosity and really to show them, like, maybe y'all haven't thought this all the way through because what about this, right? And they will label you as a troublemaker. Or you're just always, what is the word that they would use? You're like rebellious. You're always, you always got something to say. You always got something to ask. Why can't you just be agreeable? Why can't you just go along with the thing? And for the most part, I am. So when I hear that, like struggling with people pleasing, I'm like, maybe I am making too much of a fuss. No, I wasn't. Contrarian. Thank you. That's the word. Like maybe no, like no, you're gaslighting me. Like you're trying to shut me up. You know what I mean? Because you know that what I'm asking is legitimate. You know what I'm saying? So there is a benefit to having people who are agreeable, who just kind of go with the flow, who don't ask questions, because people can get along and do whatever they want to do without any recourse, without any responsibility, without having to ask permission from anybody to do whatever they want to do, whether good or bad. And they don't have nobody to answer to. There's no accountability. And I hate that word now because people have worn that word out to death. You know what I'm saying? But there's no accountability. Oh, yes. Thank you, baby. Hi, beautiful people. Please show your support by hitting the like button if you're enjoying the stream. Yes, please. If you like it, please like it. I appreciate that. Oh, no worries. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Everything is fake. Everything is fake. I love when children say, I want a hot dog with mayo. The difference is wonderful. The creative why. The creative why. Contrarian. Thank you so much, MG. I appreciate that. Sil Meniki. Hello. Hello again. My dad is of the firm belief that unless you have a college degree, people will not respect you. Ain't that something? That is something. And it's heartbreaking because he's not lying. In some instances, he's not lying. Some people will not respect you unless they see that you are a person that meets their qualifications and standards of what a good person is or a qualified person is. It's whack. It's classism. But sadly, that is true, you know? And I hope that he doesn't believe that, but other people do believe that. But yes. Hi, Sahura. I never understood that part. I'm at school to learn, and you're mad at me for asking questions. Exactly. And then you're going to punish me when I get the answer wrong on the test because I don't understand it. So, yes, Sam, thank you. Combative. And that's the thing. It's not, right? Me asking you questions and asking why and saying I don't agree is not combat. I'm not fighting you. I'm disagreeing, you know? And some people don't understand the difference between that. It's like, you hear people talk about that, especially like online spaces, like, oh, you just want to argue. How is this arguing? How are, like me asking why and saying, maybe you haven't thought about this, or here's my opinion on the thing. It's not arguing. It's having a conversation. There's an exchanging of ideas happening. And the problem is like, we have set, even our education system, even relationships, we have set it up in a way that it's like, I am the authority figure, whatever. I am God, essentially. Like I am God. And you have to listen to me. If you don't get in line, you're going to be punished. Right? Like how a lot of like religious things are taught. Like this God in the sky wants to harm us and destroy us. And so people assume the position of God. And so they think that to lead or to guide is to prioritize their ideas and their beliefs, to platform their ideas and belief. And anybody that comes against it is somehow the enemy. What? People got questions, but my thing is, if you can't explain to me why or how you came to that conclusion, or if you're like against me asking questions, it's a red flag for me. You're someone who probably should not be teaching, right? Because we should all be learning, right? And you should probably be someone who's not leading, because leaders are open to people asking questions, and they can explain how they got to where they got to, and they're big enough to accept pushback. Oh, let me reconsider that. I never really thought about that. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, but yeah, it's annoying. It's annoying. And I agree, Sam. I agree. I used to write my clever thoughts on paper in eyesight of my neighbor and manipulate them into saying it. Oh my gosh. That is like, that's some deep stuff. That's crazy. I would love to hear more about that too. Yeah, it's true. It's true. I'm coming along with CC Adventures. Hello. And hello, Claudia Wood. Thank you for being here. Yes. Hi, Southern Rose Tia D. It's good to see you. Claudia Wood says, I feel insecure when someone asks me if I went to college and I say no. And I understand that. And that makes sense, right? Because they make it seem like unless you have gone to college, first of all, there's a lot there. But it's classism, but they make it seem like if you have not gone to college, then somehow you are lazy, that somehow you are not smart, that you're not wise, that you choose, like there's just so much there. And I understand why you feel that. I understand. And it sucks. It sucks. When it took me 9 years to get my degree, and I was like, when people would say like, oh, do you have your degree yet? And I'd be like, not yet. You know, like there's like the shrinking that happens. Like, no, I haven't. Like deflated. Because you feel like a failure. You feel like, oh, you're not one of those people. You're not, you don't belong to the elite, degree holders. Like that makes you something. No, no. But the thing is, like, everybody's worthy already. We need to stop chasing our worth in these things, these pursuits, these pieces of paper. Like, and again, I'm not knocking it, because yes, celebrate yourself, be happy. I'm happy for you, but don't put nobody else down because they chose a different route. We should celebrate everything, all things. So yes, yes. You keeping yourself alive is something to celebrate. That's a big deal. Marissa says the U.S. education system is not intended to educate, but to control. Period. That's it. That's it. When you think about it, the bell ringing, there's so much. When to eat, when to play, what's due, what you can say. Like, you want me to write a paper about my thoughts about something, and if I say something that deviates from your ideas, I get an F. Poor K. It's my paper. It's what I believe, right? It's my interpretation of what we read or what we discussed. There's no room for an individual to be an individual. You got to be conformed to what everybody else is saying, doing, believing. So yeah. So her says, I always had that kind of comment on my school reports. I was described as a pleasure to have in class, but I talk back too much. That talking back was just me asking why, but go off, I guess. Exactly. They make it into like a behavior problem, and it's really just a curiosity problem. And like, even as a kid, when I was in elementary school, I used to get in trouble because I was bored. I was really bored in class. And it wasn't until and that's a whole other conversation and issue, but I took a test and it showed me that I needed to be challenged more. And so I was put into the tag program in my county. And that's, again, another conversation for another day, because that is problematic too. But I realized, like, a lot of kids have behavioral issues because they are bored, because they're not interested. And kids are allowed to not be interested. Half of the stuff is not interesting. Okay? Half of the stuff doesn't make sense applied to real life. Like, okay, great. Some teachers don't communicate in a way that makes sense to people, that they can feel it. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, but yes. I'm sorry that you had to experience that. That's wild. I hate when I ask questions and the response is, oh, don't worry about it. Just go with the flow. No. Or it's just what's done. Exactly. They conflate asking questions with questioning questioning them. And they aren't the same. Exactly. Hi, Havana. Hello. Good to see you. Ooh, follow the dictates of your soul. Yes. Greta says it carries through in our own community, organizations, churches, etc., because no one has ever disrupted or deconstruct the accepted belief. Disrupt and be free. Yes. Like, again, even as a believer, like, I believe in God. As a believer, if I can't ask you questions, problematic. There's a problem. If I can't say I don't agree with something, there's a problem. There's an issue there. You know what I'm saying? It's giving cult. Like, you have to believe what I say. So anyway, but yes. Good afternoon. Hi, Joy and Jojo. Hello. Thank you for being here. I appreciate that. One of my favorite books, Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, and it's all small stuff. One of the chapter titles is, When You Die, Your Inbox Will Not Be Empty. Ooh, what a perspective. What a shift. What a shift. And I'm glad that this is helpful. It really makes me happy. Thank you, Joy and Jojo. Thank you. An education institution is not the only school of thought. Exactly. Okay. And this is my point, right? Like, I learn a lot from things of every day. Just talking to people, observing people, and people of all classes and all backgrounds and all educational backgrounds, right? Everybody has something to teach you, but it's certain people that are platformed and seen as legit, right? These are the legit people, that they are able to be listened to and honored and heralded as, like, the source. Like, this is an expert on X, Y, and Z. Meanwhile, there are people, like, I'm reading books and I'm like, yeah, my grandmother taught me this, right? Like, and she didn't have no college education, right? So yes, excuse me. Sorry, I don't want y'all to hear me swallowing. Sorry, y'all. I'm striding through doors. I'm an ex-teacher, and dealing with children and young people will have you challenging your own beliefs about leadership. Ooh, one thing I learned is that the young are able to handle adults not knowing it all. Yes. I love that, right? When you remove that pressure of, like, having to know it all, you know what I'm saying? Like, isn't that freeing? And you also teach the babies that it's okay to not know. That let's discover together. Let's inquire together. Let's research this together. Let's all learn something together. It's not a failure if you don't know something that a kid is asking you about. And I do feel like a lot of teachers feel that shame when they are asked questions and they don't have the answers. But it's like, you don't have to have all the answers. You're one human being. You have a lot to juggle. again, being alive, maintaining friendships, relationships. But again, these professions don't let you be a whole person. Like, you're not, like, okay, you're not just a teacher. And I don't want to say just to minimize it, but you're a whole human being. You know what I'm saying? Teaching is one part of your life. So yes. Anyway, and we're learning every day. We should be learning every day. Havana says, not every person that attend college have intelligence. I'll leave that there. I'm the productive sloth. Hello. First of all, this name, I like that. I think the criticisms when it comes to college and not having a degree comes with a lot of people speaking on some related fields without having the foundation behind it. And fair, right? So that's why I'm talking about, like, medical fields, a lot of, and I say helper not as like the helper model. And if you work in human services in any way, you know what I'm talking about, like the helper model. Like, it's more about like empowering other people. But yes, if you're coming from a place of ignorance, it is wise to seek wisdom, to seek understanding about certain things. If you're a doctor, please be well studied, right? Please know what you're talking about. Like, yeah, because we do have a lot of like pseudo things online, and it's hard to distinguish like who's really telling the truth, who knows what they're talking about. Yes, I agree with this. I agree. But like the basic like stuff, you know what I'm saying? That's not life and death. I'm kind of like, go for it. For the most part. Maybe I need to think about it more. But yes. Claudia says, OMG, yes. I never understood how you fail because of how you perceive things. So you get to tell me how to perceive the world, huh? Exactly. Huh? It don't make sense. It doesn't make any sense. I think that perhaps some people are threatened by questions that are asked of them when they are leading a project. They might see the question as hit to their self-worth or self-esteem. Yes. And hopefully, like, yes, there's a difference between when people ask questions. Like, you know when someone's being snotty. You know when someone's being antagonizing and trying to belittle you. Well, what about this? Well, what about that? The air is different, right? I'm not talking about that. That is something completely different, right? At that point, shut it down. You know what you're talking about. But even in that way, they're still kind of prodding you and leading you to ask for permission. They're trying to put holes in your beliefs and your foundations, in what you know is true, to make themselves the authority. See, she don't know what she's talking about, right? It's kind of the same thing, like, except you're opting out of it. Like, no, sir, no, ma'am. No, we're not doing that. I know what I'm talking about, you know, but yes. But also, if you know what you're talking about, it's okay that people ask questions if they're well-wishing, right? Answer the questions. And if you don't know, you don't know. I'm good with saying, I have no idea. I'm good for that. I don't know. And sometimes I don't even want to know. I don't even want to research it. Call me lazy. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes I'm okay with like not knowing. You know what I mean? And I'm not promoting that, but I'm just saying you can research it yourself. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be the encyclopedia. We all got Google. You know what I mean? Anyway, so I keep saying you know what I mean. But okay. Let me come out that loop. A villainous crone, hello. Even though I went to college, if you haven't, don't be ashamed. Don't let anyone shame you for your life path. Exactly. I do what's best for me. Everyone has a different path through this life. Exactly. 1000%. And it's all valid and it's all important. Because this was never our culture. We were forced to assimilate to survive. Exactly. Witchy Way says, Jamal was leaving. So Witchy Way says, when I was going through high school in the early 2000s, trade schools were presented as a cop-out and for stupid people. Now they complain about the prices for tradesmen repairs. When my mother was talking about growing up, they taught them how to do everything. They were teaching them, to drive. Interesting. Now I got to pay out of pocket. They taught them how to drive, like home ec, trades, that kind of thing. I remember in my high school, they had like a woodwork workshop or whatever. I think that's as far as we went. But yes, when people talk about trade school or community college or getting a job right out of school, they saw that as a failure. And I graduated in '08, right? So when I graduated high school, like there was this like don't go to community college because whatever. I went to a school, and so in PG County, it's like PGCC, Prince George's Community College, and people were saying that that's like 13th grade. They would make a joke like, oh, that's just 13th grade. It's not legit, right? Meanwhile, people went there and saved money and still got the same education, learned the same things, and was able to take their credits to an institution and save money and time. But that's a whole other whatever. But yes, there was this push for all of us to be academics. You need to go to college. You got to, So yes, I agree with that. Hello, FaithWorks Inspiration. Hello. MG says, I love that you talk at the speed of my thoughts. It helps me to focus. Oh, good. Okay. Sometimes I worry I talk too fast. Yes. TD says, when you ask a question and the response is, this is how we've always done it. Yeah, it's a red flag for me. Because do you know why we've always done it? Have things changed that we don't have to do that no more? Like, what's going on? Hi, Shami. Sorry. Latira, excuse me. I'm sorry, it's me. It's not you. This is right on time because I've considered taking my son out of VPK and try homeschooling because his teacher is already calling him defiant and he's just started. She stated she's old school. Yeah. If you have the capacity, I would say do it. That's, I don't have kids. I don't have kids. However, looking at these education systems, looking at some of these teachers, looking at how the kids are treated, knowing what I know now on this side, knowing my own experience in school, I don't see myself subjecting my kids to that right now. And obviously homeschooling is not easy. You need things to be, you know what I'm saying? Like to be a homeschooler, you need like, what do you call them? Like cohorts and things like that, community. So not everybody can do it, but I understand why people do it. I get it. So if you can, I'm for it. Not that you need my permission. Hi, Diamond Frost. It's not lazy. Sometimes you just don't care enough to find out the info. Exactly. Sometimes I'm not interested. I have a lot going on up here, okay? And sometimes I'm just like, it's not imperative. It's not like I don't need to know it, you know? I went to Largo High School. Shout out to the Largo Lions of PG County. I used to be all for college because I was conditioned. Now I'll tell anyone to reweigh your options. Yes, because there are so many options. And even though there were options back then, but they poo-pooed it, and it made it seem like there were no real options, right? Like, you have to go to college. There's no other option. You have to go to college. And to be fair, for my mother's generation, that made sense, right? It made sense. The system was different. The cost was different. What doors it could open for you were different. The length, like how far you can go, was different. It's very different now. It's not the same. They're changing the rules. They're raising the prices, and not raising income, so like it's very different. If I can go back in time, I probably wouldn't have enrolled in college. I would have taken my time and done something else. I probably would have just been an artist, to be completely honest with you. So yes. Oh, thank you, Grow Your Melanin. I'm glad that you're here. Woman, we need to stop calling. Oh, no worries. I understand. I feel like girl is like a term of endearment. You know what I'm saying? Like girl, But yes, I appreciate that. Thank you. I appreciate that. Greta says, let me say this. It's the creatives that will save the world. Pay attention. Skills, not degrees. Have you noticed the elimination of Have you noticed the elimination of those healing others through natural means? Creatives rise. Yeah, I agree. It's like we're coming back to the truth, right? We're coming back to nature, back to creation, back to community. Slowly but surely, I think we are. It gives me a little hope. Or maybe I'm just following a lot of people who I think like. That could just be it too. But I'm glad to see, with the advent of technology and social media, more people talking about this and offering different options, So yes. Hi, London. I love your content and I'm glad I found your channel. I'm glad you found it too. I'm glad that you're here. You give to this channel. So thank you so much. Thank you. I'm not going to college. I'm less stressed than I was in high school, and modern education was used to indoctrinate natives and Black people to assimilate and be obedient. That's a fact. That is a fact. It is a fact. No debate there. There's no debate. No debate. The problem with public schools and colleges are not teaching things that would give the students interest in wanting to come to class every day. Exactly. Who wants to sign up and pay to be stressed out, broke, sick, right? Like, and berated by their teachers? Does that sound fun? I'm paying you upward of $20-something thousand a semester, depending on what school you're going to make me feel like trash. And then there's no promise of prospects of jobs out there. And then I get hired at somewhere that I'm further abused. No. And some of it is not interesting. And even like when I was in school, I was like, I don't understand gen eds. I don't. I'm grateful that I took my gen eds because I took gen eds and stuff I was actually already interested in. Like, I was already interested in this stuff. But for me, that even feels like a money grab. I'm here to learn this thing so I can get these skills and get hired. I've already done the gen eds in high school. I've already done that. You know what I'm saying? This is keeping me here longer. My husband, I think that happened to him. I don't think he minds me sharing this, but he was supposed to graduate in 2006, I think. No. He graduated. It doesn't matter. He's supposed to graduate college in 2010, and he didn't get to walk for the spring semester because he didn't finish an elective. An elective. He had finished all his core courses, done the things, whatever. And they were like, LOL, because you didn't finish this elective, you can't cross. You can't cross. You can't cross the stage. It's grimy. It's giving scam. It's giving scam. But anyway. All right, let me finish this and I'll get right back to the comments, y'all. But yes. What are you waiting for permission to start or to stop or to quit or to change your mind about? What are you waiting for permission? And whose permission are you really waiting for? A lot of us are waiting for our parents' permission to see to see our things as legit. A lot of us are waiting for our companions, our spouses, our family, our friends, just people in general to see us as valid, to do the thing that we want to do. But like I said, the rules are fake. What do you need to give yourself permission for? Right? We have permission to rewrite the story and the silly rules that we're living. We talked about storytelling yesterday. We're allowed to change our story. We're allowed to write a new story for ourselves. You have permission. You're allowed. I don't know if you need to hear this, but you have permission. This is your life. You're allowed to do whatever you want as long as it doesn't hurt anybody else. And even then, people still do stuff to hurt people, right? So you don't want to hurt anybody. You just want to live a good life. You want to love people. You want to create what you want to create. You want a beautiful life and you want to offer that to other people as well. Why don't you get to have permission to do what you want to do? What is that? So what do you need to give yourself permission for? That's the question. To start messy, to start without having all the answers, to start imperfectly, to fumble and fail and fall in front of other people and not blame yourself or judge yourself for it, to take up space, to do it even if folks don't approve of it or like it, to try even if you're afraid, to view failure as a learning opportunity instead of failure. We don't even have to assign, like, words mean things, yes, but sometimes we get to define what the definition of those words are. Right? So what is it? Let me see. Let's go to Google. Google the definition of success. Click clack. It's like ASMR. Okay, let me share my screen real quick. Share screen. Yes. Share. Okay. Okay, good. So success, right? What is the definition of success? The accomplishment of an aim or purpose. That is the definition of success. Okay, cool. The accomplishment of an aim or purpose. It doesn't say that the aim or purpose has to be the same aim and purpose that other people think you should do. You get to determine what the aim and the purpose is and what that accomplishment looks like. So for example, for this live, right? I could say, oh, I hope 1 million people watch this live. That would be success. But that's something I can't control. What I can say is a success is me showing up and doing it, no matter who shows up. I am successful. Boom, right? Like I get to determine what that is for me. And so do you. Like we give so many people so much power and authority in our lives that we don't even sit with ourselves. What does success look like for me? What does happiness look like for me? What fulfills me? We think it's a one size fit all. And so we're living our lives for other people, whoever they are that we can't see, the people who make the rules, these fake rules. We're living our whole lives for these people, never checking in with ourselves and wondering why we feel so unfulfilled. It makes sense to me. So even with failure, let's look at failure. What is the definition of failure? Failure definition. This is funny. Here we go. Let's see. So the definition of failure, lack of success. But again, you get to say what success is. So failure doesn't have to be, oh, I didn't finish my degree. It doesn't have to be, I don't know. Oh, that relationship didn't work. It doesn't have to be anything. It could be like, because you get to determine what success is. You feel me? Hope that's making sense. But okay. Are you waiting for permission to create your own benchmarks and rules? Like to say, you know what? I don't want to do it that way. This is what I am going to do. Are you giving yourself permission to learn along the way? The question I have for you is, in what ways are you looking for permission? What would that permission mean to you? Like, seriously, be real about that. What would it mean to you if your mother said, oh, I love what you're doing? Really, think it's okay to admit it. Like, we want our approval from our parents. We want the approval from our peers. We want to be understood. We want to belong. We want to be validated, right? Like, it's understandable and it's fair and it's valid. But also I want you to ask, like, if that never happened, then what? if you never got that approval and it's hard to sit with it, if you never got that A-OK, that thumbs up, if you never got the support that you wanted, what happens now? Is that the reason why you're doing it? Or are you a good enough reason to do the thing that you want to do? Is your desire like based on their approval, or is it based on the permission you give yourself? The next question I'm going to ask you is, how can you start giving yourself permission and approval anyway? Right? So the creative prompt for today is to write yourself a permission slip. And I'm serious. Take a piece of paper or a notebook, or, type it up and print it out and put it up somewhere. Write yourself a permission slip. So an example, I, Alicia, give myself permission to show up live. I, Alicia, give myself permission to X, Y, and Z. You fill in the blank here, right? I give myself permission to not ask for permission. That's something I had to do. Like, Alicia, you're allowed to not ask for permission. You're allowed to do what you want to do. You're not hurting nobody. You're not stealing from nobody. You're not taking nothing from nobody. You're allowed. You're an adult. You don't have to ask for permission to do anything. You don't. Even the stuff like that I want to do, I'm like, oh, what if nobody comes, right? That would suck. It would suck if nobody came, but I still get to do it. Even if nobody shows up, I could do it by myself. I still have permission to do it. I still have permission to do the thing, even if nobody shows up, because my permission is not based on what other people say or think. It's not based on their values. It's based on me and the things that I see as sacred and as authority in my own life, right? And I take the reins of my own life. So I blank your name, give myself permission to X, Y, and Z. I give myself permission to not want for someone else to confirm my idea that my idea is good, but to believe that my ideas are worthy to see the light of day. I give myself permission to believe that I am already worthy, whether people approve of me or not. I give myself permission to be beautiful, to stand in that, to be like, I am beautiful. I am enough. I'm brilliant, without having to check in or define what that is, because I define that. I determine that. I'm smart, right? Like, I am complicated and I'm amazing. You have permission to do that. So that was that for today. That was that for today. I really want you all to give yourselves permission. And if you could share in the chat, what are you giving yourself permission to do? Maybe it's to not ask for permission. Mara, shout out to you. You gave yourself permission to take a day off. I love that. I love that for you. Let's see. Ooh. Hi, the smart singer. We really need to have higher pay, better screening, and emotional support for up and coming teachers. I agree. We need to try something new and get rid of tenure. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Syl says, some people blindly follow tradition without ever asking questions. Maybe it's out of fear. Yeah. And I think that some people don't even know that they can ask questions. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, if you grew up in a household where you couldn't ask questions of authority, you're probably less likely to do it when you get out in the world, because that's how you were raised, or like, you just think like, oh, this is just what people do. We just kind of default. We all do that in some way. We not saying that this is bad, but when we see a line, right, we get behind the person. No one had to teach, like, maybe they did teach us that, but like, we see people, we observe things, and we say, oh, that's just what we do. Or I'm trying to think of something that is like, that helps maintain order, but I'm trying to think of something that, like, raking leaves, right? We rake leaves. Why? Because that's what we've always done. But why? Do you know that leaves are actually beneficial to the tree? That if you leave the leaves on the grass, it turns into compost and the tree can use that. But we have learned, like, oh no, it's unsightly, so we have to rake it up and put it away, right? That's just a small example. But yes, people just go along with stuff because that's what we've always done. So yeah. Oh, you grew up in Largo. Yay. My big sister went there. That's awesome, MG. The world is small. Thank you for being here. Shout out to PG County. We in here. Yes. It's okay. And let me just say, I just tuned in, so I don't even know what the subject matter is. Oh, no worries. You're good. LOL, I just seen some people talking about the education system. No, thank you for sharing. It was on point. It was. Thank you. Albert says, the sad truth is when people are seeking knowledge without the fundamental landmarks, they remove landmarks and replace it with rebellion against humanity. Ooh, more about this, Albert. Please explain more. Now I have hello. I'm looking at this first sentence, Deshawn. I'm just like, now I have all the student loan debt with not much to show for it. So any youngins watching and listening, take heed. Please do. Listen, take it from me. Take it from the people in the chat, okay? It's a trap. It's a trap. If you can find another way to do what you want to do that. by all means. And I feel so bad for the people who want to be doctors and lawyers, social workers, right? People who like need accreditation to do the thing that they want to do. It's awful. It's awful. And those are usually the people who want to help people. Anywho, thank you, Yoli. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for the super sticker. That's very kind of you. Thank you. Thank you. Diamond says, I really enjoyed the creative live last night. That makes me happy. I enjoyed it too. Let me see if I can share the link again. But our conversation last night, y'all, if y'all didn't watch it, please check it out when you get some time, if you want to. Let's see, paste. Yay. Thank you. Thank you for being there, Diamond. Thank you. I'm proud of my degrees. I also acknowledge with equal fervor the fact that all of my bosses in my industry, all of them are individuals who did not go to college. I work in film, TV. That's another thing, right? Yes. And I'm proud of you too. Like, don't not be proud. Be proud, right? Don't not be. That's another thing. A lot of people who are in those positions did not have to do what we had to do to get there. A lot of them worked their way. It's who they knew. It's like the connections they had. It's they worked their way up. For us, it's like, oh, get this degree and get an entry-level position. And sometimes in places where there's no room for movement, for no mobility. Like, they changed the rules when they got in there. Which is disheartening, but yes. They are where they are because they gifted in it. Excuse me. They are where they are because they are gifted in a special thing. I am too, but I'm the only one with student loan debt. So to all my sisters and brothers feeling inadequate, don't be. Yeah, don't be. You're not inadequate. You're not. All right, let me come down because y'all are talking good stuff. Oh no, sorry, Dayshawn. I didn't mean. I'm so sorry. On StreamYard, it's interesting because on StreamYard, it's the comments come up either way, even if people get blocked or timed out for stuff. So I'm so sorry. I did not know you didn't want to read that. I am so sorry. I apologize. I'm so sorry. But yes, yeah, I'm glad. Yes, exactly. Systems were made by imperfect people. Exactly. Oh, success equals a peace of mind regardless of any addition. I love that, Albert. I love that. Mara says, I want to work for myself. I'm still figuring out what exactly, but all I know is I want to be free. Yes, and I want that for you too. And it's okay to take your time. Like, I know you want to get out, like now. I feel you. But it's okay to take your time and to figure that out and to, test things and yeah, absolutely. I went back to school because I wanted to achieve something, but within a month I was like, I hate school. This is not for me. I was looking for validation. Yes, and same, right? Like, we talked about that here before, right? This feeling I had when I didn't have my degree, but everybody was getting their doctorates and their masters and all these different things. I'm like, dang, I want to be celebrated. I want to be honored. I want to be important. Let me go back to school. LOL, girl, you hate school. You hate it. But I feel you, Bear. I feel you. Excuse me. Greta says, definition of failure for me is a free life because failure is okay. Yes, you just keep getting up. Exactly. Wishaway says, I tried college, but it wasn't for me. Went to trade school for hair. Yes, and I love it. It fits the pace of my life and other things I want to do. And I love that, Witchy. I love that. Oh, Greta says the definition of success is walking away from the definition. Period. Come on, Greta. Yes. Let's see. Oh, grow your melanin. I could definitely see you being a famous talk show host in about 10 years from now. And even if you don't, woman, you've grown so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That makes me happy. Thank you, grow your melanin. That's so sweet. That's so sweet of you. Thank you. That would be cool. Yes, that would be cool. Maybe we can do it. Can we do it? Can we do a talk show where, like, and my idea of a talk show is not like Oprah or anything. And I think I've said this with you before. This fall, I want to try new things. First of all, I'm tired. I'm tired. I feel like I've been doing a lot of giving over the summer and like the spring. And I am giving myself permission to take a break and to do fun things. And so one of the things I want to do with my channel is have more like more conversational things where I invite people and we just talk about stuff. That's one of the things I want to do. So yeah, and of course there'll be other stuff sprinkled in there, but I want to like have experiments and have fun. I need a fun phase. I need rest. So yeah. So thank you for sharing that. You're giving me ideas. I appreciate that. Thank you. Greta says, well, for me at 61, working with limited sight, I give myself permission to ask my younger creatives, not from a space of shame, but embracing a new community to collaborate with. I love that. I love that. Yes, KW. I am confident, period. Yes. Yes. Oh, good. I'm glad. I hope that you all really do the exercise. Seriously. Yes. Thank you. I'm on my DoorDash with my feet up searching what's for lunch. I love that. I love that ease. Just rest. Just like, what is it? The thing I'm worried about is what I'm finna eat. I love that for you. I love that for you. I give myself permission to take all the time I need to heal from burnout. I love that striding through doors. Yes, please do. Because burnout takes, well, I guess it depends. People are different. I'm still healing from burnout. And there's so many things from burnout that I'm still healing from too. Like, first of all, why I overdid, that's a whole thing. But then, excuse me, y'all, something's in my eye. But then there is like also learning how to retrust myself again. Because I feel like I abused myself, right? By doing too much. And so now I'm learning how to trust myself because I abuse that trust. You know what I mean? So yes, so please take your time. Take your time. Take your time. Oh Lord. If Congress tenure is 1,000 years, we can disrupt that. Yes. It's not out of disrespect. It's allowing the brilliance of another and applaud change. Yes. No, it's not disrespect at all. Like, and they made it that way on purpose, right? Like they want to remain in power. So it's not even an issue of respect. They know what they're doing. It's a messed up system. You know, your eyelashes just be like assaulting your eyeballs. It's like, how dare you betray me? You're supposed to keep my eyes safe. Anyway, but yes. So her says, I need to give myself permission to do the things imperfectly. Yes. Because my fear of failure is crushing my spirit. Yes. The weight of that fear, right? And not even feeling the fear, but like coming to that conclusion that if I feel this fear, then I can't do it. Then I shouldn't do it. Like sometimes our fear just wants to keep us safe. Yes. But even with that safety it comes at a cost because it's faux safety. It's not really safety. It's like I'm protecting myself and shielding myself from what I don't want, but I'm also shielding myself from what I do want. Right? Like I'm cutting that off too. Like you can't cut off one and not the other. You feel me? So yes, please give yourself permission. It's okay to be afraid and still do it. It's okay. And it's also okay to fail. Like this fail, right? To not have the desired outcome that you want. It's okay. It's okay. And then you can readjust. That's all it is information. That's all it is, honestly. And what other people got to say about it, how they judge it, that has nothing to do with you. Nothing. Nothing. As horrible as the pandemic was, it exposed the flaws in our system. Yep. Many that were already obvious. Yes. Yet many of the powers that be wanted us to rush back to that same system. Exactly. Yes, because it fills their pockets. That's exactly it. Child of 83. Hi, it's good to see you. London says, I give myself permission to live according to my terms. I love that. Yes. Listen. Listen, help. I don't know what they're doing with student loans. Let me tell you how I don't care. Okay. I know this is not the best. This is not the best method to deal with debt or anything like that. But for the student loan debt that they're trying not to pause and then trying to collect, sweetie, I don't got it. So what am I worried about it for? Listen, y'all gonna figure out what to do. I don't know. Cause I got nothing for y'all. I don't have nothing for y'all. I can't do it. So from my coping strategy is like, what I cannot control, I'm not finna worry about. I'm just not. I don't have the energy. I already said I'm tired. I don't have the energy. So yes. Oh, that makes me happy. Okay. Hi, Zoe Zwy. I hope I'm saying that right. Or Z. Hello. Again, please correct me if I'm saying this wrong. But yes. I checked with hubby, but gave myself permission to make a decision to resign from job and start a business. Thank you. Yes. Congratulations, Yogi. That's awesome. A lot of people in those positions did not have to do exactly. A lot of people in those positions did not have to do what we had to do to get there. It is deep. It's interesting. It's also ugly because how dare you, right? Like how dare you, by the sweat of your brow, right? This bootstrapping they talk about. You get all the way there and then you close off access for everybody else. Like that's admirable. It's evil. Oh, what needs to go on a shirt? Please tell me what that was. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. Yes, the live last night was everything. The raw emotion and sisterhood really stood out. Ready to join the garden. Yay, that makes me happy. Speaking of which, thank you for saying that. Apparently the link that I've been sharing has not been working, so I'm gonna try this one. And hopefully this one works. Let's see. Copy. So if you're interested in joining the garden, here it is. Yay. So yes. Yes, yes, yes. And I'm here to support you. I was just about to say, and Marissa's in the chat. So listen. The community got you. I'm a villainous crone says I have no idea what I want to do for myself yet, but in between time I'm back at corporate to make money. Absolutely. But still looking into starting a biz soon. Yes, absolutely. Yes. Again, take your time. And it's good that you had that money coming in, even though like whatever. I haven't really liked any jobs that I've had. I've had a lot. We should do a live stream about that to talk about all the jobs I've had. Um but it is helpful to have money coming in because it gives you time and a little bit of peace and margin if it's a good job, if it's an okay job, right? A little time and margin to actually consider what you want to do, you know? So yeah. Yes, maybe we should all connect in the chat and figure out how we can help free each other, barter our services, connect. Yes, that'd be lovely. And also Marissa's in here. Marissa has a membership of Black women business owners. Hold on one second. Where she talks about this. Excuse me. Sorry, y'all. I be thirsty. Let's see. Wait, no, I'm not apologizing. Sorry that you had to hear me swallow, but I'm thirsty. I'm human. I got to drink. Okay. But yes, I'm going to share her information as well. But yes. And I love your song for highly sensitive Black women. It touched my soul, literally. Calm me when I was having anxiety. Wow. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you so much for that. And that's another part of the reason why I want to rest too, because I've been doing a lot of like front facing, like live stream, which I love, but I'm going to pull that back a little bit because I want to create more art, you know, and create deeper works of art and take my time. Like I'm in a season where I want to go slow. So I'm giving myself permission to go slow. And I have fears, right? I have anxiety around that. But like stuff like this, like when I created that song, like I was able to go slow. I was taking all day to make a song, right? Like giving myself time to feel and experience. So yes, I appreciate that. Thank you for that. That's confirmation for me. Thank you. Listen, we're waking up. We're waking up. Let's see. I received my PhD and could never share it. Whether I share it or not, I celebrate my difference in being different. Yes, absolutely. I'm sorry you never got to share it. I'm the smart singer. You have such a beautiful voice. Oh, thank you. When can we hear more music from you? Thank you for asking. And soon. So literally, my goal is, and listen, y'all have grace with me, but the goal is that every month I want to release a collection of music, and it's going to have a theme. So October is a couple of weeks away. I just finished the song for that project, and it should be released on Bandcamp by October 1st. Patreon gets it earlier. So they'll probably get it next week on Patreon, and then Bandcamp, and then at the end of the month, it'll be on Spotify. So that's the hope, to get this thing rolling. So yay. And I gotta conserve my voice to create. So, you know, it's good that I'm taking a little break, but yes. I keep saying I'm going to leave, and then I type something else. It's all good. Thank you for being here. You should plan a retreat vacation for Black women. Does anybody else feel like they need a vacation? Listen, I need a vacation. But yes. But we also, coming spring, there's going to be a Black girl, hopefully. Soft. This is a soft idea. Spring is the goal, but I'm actually partnering with Marissa to help bring forth a Black girl creative retreat. So, yes. So that's coming. But yes, I would love actually just to have like a rest vacation. Like a day of just like rest. We could do that. We can make that happen. I need a fun face too. Yes, absolutely. Lavendula, it's good to see you. You just pulled me out of my silence. LOL. I've been just listening, but yes, would be here for more of the conversations talk show video. Yes. You're so good at that. Thank you. I appreciate that. I love having conversations with people. I do. I really enjoy it. But I'm happy that you think I'm good at it. That makes me happy. Thank you. London says, I've been in an endless cycle of entry-level positions since I dropped out of school years ago. Recently, I was laid off with severance, and I feel like that was a divine force pushing me towards, hold on one second, my destiny that I'm still uncertain about. And it's okay to be uncertain. A lot of us are not, you know, some people are, but a lot of us are not like fortune tellers, right? I don't mean like fortune, but like future tellers. A lot of us can't see the future. That's my point, right? And it's okay to not be sure and uncertain about our destiny, because even the word like destiny is so big. Like we talked about that before, like destiny and purpose and words that feel heavy and complicated. When we should really just focus on being here now. You know what I mean? Like your purpose is to be yourself, to love yourself, and to be authentically you. And I feel like if you're doing that, if you are loving yourself, loving others, and being authentically yourself, you can't lose. You will get to whatever that destiny is. Like, you'll fulfill the destiny of today, of this moment. Take it moment by moment, you know? And I understand like that severance pay. There are things that happen, and I'm like, low key, I'm glad that happened because I didn't want to be here anyway. You know what I mean? Like, so I would say, yes. I would say that's a blessing in disguise. It's not really in disguise, but yes. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. And thank you. I appreciate the glow. Thank you so much. Okay. Let's see. Epic Study says, I feel you 100%. Thank you for feeling me. I appreciate that. Hi, I'm Jen. Hi, Jensine on drums. Jensine. If I'm saying that wrong, please correct me. Hi, thanks for your content. I went for a nice walk this AM too. Good. That's good. That's good. Oh, the overseers need someone to control. It's their whole identity. That part, Marissa. It's their entire identity. If I don't own nobody, or if I'm not driving nobody to work and labor, who am I? They don't know. They have nothing. Like, a lot of that stuff is stolen. Labor is stolen. Ideas are stolen. Culture is stolen. Food is stolen. Resources are stolen. It's all theft. But yes. Oh, hi, Black Artivism. I love that name. Hello. I'm glad that you're here. Thank you for being here. Listen, I ain't got it. Y'all can call me all y'all want to. Send all the emails. The money is not going to materialize in my account because you're calling me. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing I can do. So I'm not finna worry. Anyway, let me come down. Oh, yay. I'm glad. Yes. Slow season. Yes. I need a slow season. I need to calm down. Like, I realized I'm a person who needs slow things. Like, I like slow baked food, slow cooked food. Like, okay, this is what I'm trying to say. There's a lot of things that I feel like I don't like, but really it's because I don't like rushing. I don't like rushing through it. I don't like feeling pressured to do it. I want to create a space. To me, going slow is luxury. Like, that's luxury to me. Slowing down, going at my own pace, taste testing things, like playing around, experimenting. I love cooking. And I love cooking when I can take my time and experiment. I don't like cooking when I'm rushed or forced, right? Like, I like taking my time. And I feel like with my art, I can apply that same rush to my art, and it makes me feel like I don't like this anymore. And I'm like, girl, that's not true. You love singing, but there's something else you don't like. The process needs to be fun as well. And the process sometimes takes longer than what I expect. And instead of putting so much pressure on my gift to like be, rooted in hustle culture, because that's all it is, grind culture, capitalism, fear, scarcity. Instead of doing that, how about I just like give myself the luxury of going slow, savoring things, like taking my time. And the slower I go, the more I enjoy it. You feel me? So, yes. Greta says, Alicia, your difference is a win, and somebody is funding on their lips. If you desire that, step in that. Feel it real and manifest that in your reality. Looking forward to you changing the paradigm. Thank you for that, Greta. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. Yes. Because at first, the fear is like, oh, if I go slow, like then you're worried about stuff like numbers and money and subscribers and like maintaining people's. I don't want to farm people's attention, right? Like, I'm meant for more than that. I'm meant for more than just numbers on a screen and follow. Like, and I never really cared about that anyway, but I was taught to care about it. I don't really care about that. What I care about is making stuff that is authentically me, having fun, creating things that I feel and then other people resonate with, right? And the people who get it. And yeah. Like, I don't want to be held in bondage in captivity because of an algorithm or rush an idea because I got to hurry up and get this out. Like, no, take your time. Life is long. Life is the longest thing we ever do, right? And Chris Rock said that, but now I'm like, Chris Rock, he's been on my list. But life is long. Life is the longest thing we'll ever do. And I plan to take my time, and I feel like the slower you go, the better your life is, the richer it is. But also, like, people who go slow live the longest, right? Like, people who go slow live the longest. Like, our elders who live like all these years, they went slow. There's something to that. There's something to that slowing down and trusting. And of course, experiencing poverty has made me distrust slowing down. I can't slow down. If I slow down, poverty is going to catch up with me. If I slow down, failure is going to catch up with me. If I slow down, something bad's going to happen. And I'm just willing to walk into the season next of like, okay, All that could happen, but I still want to have my sanity. I still want to have my health, my well being, and I still get to create. You know what I mean? So, yes, I appreciate that, Greta. Thank you. Thank you for that. Yes, slow season. Slow season. That's it. Oh, yay. That makes me happy. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, I will take my time. I will take my time. That's why I'm just like, I want to release something every month. I'm like, does it have to be every month, Alicia? Does it have to be? No, but I do want to get the music out. But yes, yes. Thank you. Albert says the only way to free yourself is to get out of the system because the system is inside the box. That's fair. We need to get out the box. Speaking of the box, Lavendula wrote a book called The Box, and it's amazing. Yes. I want to take my time. Like, I want to romanticize my life. Like, that's romantic to me. Taking my time. Taking a bath, right? And then taking a shower afterwards. But, like, the act of sitting in a bathtub, like, to soak, it feels so luxurious to me. Sorry to spit. It feels so luxurious to me because it is. Because I get to take my time. Like, I'm in there cleaning myself, sure. But most of it is just, like, for the experience of sitting in a bathtub, right? It's like, oh my gosh, I'm soaking my body. That feels so good. I'm listening to music. I might have a little wine, like whatever it is. Like, you don't have to drink wine, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I do that because it feels good. I listen to an album. I have a whole concert in the shower. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it feels good. And to me, that is romantic. That is the life I want to live. And I'm not going to wait until I have the money or the resources to do it. I'm in this place where I'm trusting what I want. I'm trusting what my soul is wanting. And I believe that if I am listening to my soul, if I do what my soul is asking me to do, the resources will come. The resources will come. The things that I need will be there. But I have to trust it and stop running from it. Running from going slow. Running from that fear. And let those fears materialize and happen. Because sometimes the things that I fear need to happen to show me that it's actually all good. Okay, like even with failure, that used to get me because I was a perfectionist. I'm a recovering perfectionist. I was an overachiever. And so I felt like if this is not successful, then I am a failure. And then I failed. And then I failed again. And I failed again and things were delayed. And then I realized like, oh, it sucks. It's not fun. But I'm actually okay. I didn't die. I'm okay. And I did lose friends. And I'm okay now. You know what I mean? Not to gloss over that because I was heartbreaking. I sobbed, I wailed, I made a whole project about it, and I'm still okay. Like the pain of losing it's painful, right? But like at the end of the day, like I'm good. And it shows me that I can be good again. I will be good again. I might not be good now, but I'll be good again. I've literally lost everything. I've been in situations where my car got repossessed. We had like eviction notices, like all of my fears have realized. And have been realized. And what I have realized is that it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. And I say that on this side. Obviously going through it, it sucks. It hurts. It's painful. But like, I'm good. I got myself. I got my mind. You know what I'm saying? I got my art. I got my God. I got my community. I'm good. I'm good. And so in a lot of ways, I feel like I'm just like, okay, we're just going to trust it. Let's go. Let's go, God. Let's do it. Let's slow down. Let's take our time, And I'm excited. Even that fear, I'm still I'm trying to focus on the excitement of what's coming, of what's next. Not stay in the comfort of what always was and what I know. And even though I know it, it still don't make it enjoyable or pleasurable because it still comes with its own things that I want to come out of. And it's this tension of wanting to come out of something because I don't like it, but also being afraid of what's coming. I think that's normal, right? That idea of like, what's next? What's going to happen? I don't know. And I'm open to it. And I'm here for it. And I want to be happy at the end of the day. I just want to be happy. I want to be fulfilled. I deserve fulfillment at whatever cost. At whatever cost. Money, relationships, whatever. I deserve fulfillment. I deserve joy. I deserve peace. And so do you. And so I give myself permission to pursue those things, to make the changes I want to make, even if people don't get it. Even if people think I'm lazy or whatever. I've been called every name in the book. You know what I'm saying? Like, in a lot of ways, I'm grateful. Not that happened and not in a toxic positivity kind of way, but I'm glad that happened because it showed me that like, I'm good. Like, I don't know how to explain. I'm good. It's not good when you're going through it, but when you get to the other side, I'm like, I'm good. I'm good. Things I thought I was going to die over, I'm good. You know? Hi, Enough Vitamin T. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. Hey, everyone, just joining in, and the conversation is so good already. That makes me happy. I'm glad. I'm glad. Yes, we got to do a retreat. Let's do it. We already said next spring, we're doing the bubbles and picnics. Bubbles and picnics and conversations. We're just going to hang out, come, bring your own food, chill at different places, local parks in different areas. I'm down. I'm so down for that. That'd be beautiful. That would be so much fun. So, yes, but yes, we can also do like a chill thing. But yes, yes. All right, let's see. Uh-oh. Yep, they prefer indie artists rather than artists with companies behind them. Hold on. I feel like I lost something. Also, a lot of YouTubers need intros for their videos. That's true. And also background music because of copyright claims. Yes, yes, yes. They prefer artists rather than artists. They prefer indie artists rather than artists with companies behind them. I appreciate that. I really do. And so to that, right? Like, so their last 2 years ago, it might have been two. Whoa, what is time? 2 years ago, I had my song featured in a commercial for AAG. I don't know if y'all seen the commercials. Like, it's usually like on daytime television with Tom Selleck, which is a huge deal. But they saw my cover of Mr. Postman and they wanted me to put it in a commercial. I couldn't have planned for this thing, y'all. Let me tell you something. This is a song that I covered years ago. And somebody reached out to me and I thought it was a scam at first. I'm like, girl, you're not finna play me. But they're like, no, we want to pay you to put this song in a commercial. I'm like, are you serious? Are you serious? And they put it in a commercial. And I think opportunities like that have shown me that some things you cannot prepare for or plan for. But when you're following, and this is my point, when you're following that nudging in your soul, it will reap rewards later on that you can't even see right now. So you not knowing what's going to happen, you not knowing what's next, sometimes it makes sense, right? But it's also like anything could happen. I did not post that song hoping it would get traction or hoping, I hope people would see it, but I didn't think it was going to be put in a commercial. It's not even my song. It's not my song, but somebody saw it because I followed that nudging and I was having fun doing it. It was a fun thing to do. And from that having fun, my bills got paid for a year, for a whole year. I could not have planned that. And I think it's really showing me that joy really is the way. Joy is the way. We're denying ourselves joy, thinking that we're doing something else more noble or more secure. And security is whatever. This idea of security of what we have is not even secure. Nothing is secure here. Everything here is fake. We're on borrowed money. We're in debt, trillions of dollars in debt. And we think that we are secure. And it's like, no, nothing is secure. And I'm so clear on like, no, I'm pursuing my joy because my joy does not lie. My joy doesn't lie. My intuition doesn't lie. I need to follow myself and believe myself and not hold other people's ideas and their structures of how they do things and their rules or whatever as Bible, because it's not. Even the rules that we follow were created by somebody who just made it up. They made it up. So why can't I make stuff up for my own life? Right? Anyway, I'm starting to sweat, but yes. Yes. Aw, Casey, hello. Or Casey, I'm so grateful that I stumbled across your channel. I'm glad that you're here. So much of what you're talking about is directly related to what I have been experiencing, stressing about recently. Thank you for this. Thank you. Thank you for being here. And yes, the box. Thank you. The Box by Lavendula is amazing. And so is Cocoon by Marissa Price. So, yes. So I'm going to share that with you guys as well. Yes. Let me come down, y'all. Yay. Oh, thank you. Just passing through says, we support you pulling back, Alicia. Just give us a heads up because I might drop a tear or two, but seriously, I want you deeply in love with your life and rested enough to enjoy it. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. And I'm not going to go anywhere. Like I'm not disappearing from the face of the earth. I'm just going to do less and have more fun. You know what I mean? Do less and have more fun and experience more joy. I love talking about this. I love doing this kind of work and all of that, you know what I mean? Sorry, I'm trying to type and talk at the same time. And I know I can't do that. So hold on one second. Because I start writing what I'm saying. But yes, but I just want to do it in a different way. I can feel myself getting caught up in the rules like of social media and the internet. And I'm like, no, girl, we got to stay free. And it's almost like a rule fast. I don't know. That doesn't make, or concert, whatever. Like just unplugging from the thing. And the fear that I feel is like, you can't have fun, girl. We got to pay bills. I'm like, okay, let's push against it. Let's test this theory. Let's see what happens. you know? That's Lavendula's book. The Box. Please check it out. It's amazing. Also, Marissa wrote a book called Cocoon, Affirmations for Transformation, which is also amazing. Again, I was sitting on my porch reading the book and like marinating on and I'm like, yes, yes, yes. So, and also like this theme of transformation, right? This book is on point for that. So please check it out. And The Box. Like, this is actually all on brand. But anyway, yes. Alignment. Yes. But no, I'm not going to go anywhere like forever. I'll be in the garden. I'll be in Patreon. I'll be, posting here sometimes. But I want to give more energy to the work I want to do. And so the whole point is like going live like this, like every day. I realize I'm on day 4. I'm tired. I love what I'm talking about, but I'm tired. And, it's a lot, like, because I'm giving a lot. My passion is here. And even though you can do stuff that you love, it's still taking energy away from you. You know what I mean? Like, it's still energy that you're giving. Albeit passion, it's still energy. And so I realized, like, okay, I need to mine my energy better. And so I'm going to be putting that energy in the garden, in Patreon, in my other things, like my own music, my own projects, and other ideas that I want to bring to life, The idea of coming here and having conversations with y'all. Like, hey, tonight like next Monday, I think I want to talk about autumn. Because I love autumn. It has nothing to do with anything. It has nothing to do with anything at all. But because I love autumn, I want to have a live stream talking about autumn. Because I love and nostalgia and childhood things, So stuff like that. So no, I'm not going anywhere. I'm just resting more. And resting is play. It's fun. Fun can be rest. Play can be rest. That's all. But yes, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for that. Yay. Yes, retreat. We got to do it. Greta says, I'm saying, but we have to go through to break us from the conditioning of what we thought we needed. Yes. Your desire, is coming after you and amaze you. Hold on. Your desire is coming after you and will amaze you, I'm sure. I'm so excited about your journey. Thank you. Thank you so much, Greta. Hold on one second. It all will be effortless. Mark the date. I love that. Effortless. I love that. Thank you, Greta. I received that. Oh, off to Google the commercial. Okay, let me share the commercial with y'all. Commercial with y'all. YouTube. Oh, YouTube. And AAG. Tom Selleck. Like mail or something like that. Letter. But I was like, me? You want me? And Tom Selleck, and we will never meet, but we have. Let's see. Mr. Postman. If I can find it. AAG. Give me 1 second, y'all. If I don't find it now, I'm going to post it on my, on the community tab, if you want to check it out. Wait, hold on. Tom Selleck did not pass away. Hold on. Why all these blogs? They're so distracting. They're so annoying. Okay, let's see. Okay, here we go. Yes, it's called American Advisors Group. Let's see. American Advisor. And I think they help people like refinance their mortgages or something like that. Yes. Anyway, I'll find it I think this is it. No, this isn't it. Either way, I'll find it and post it. Don't worry. I will find it and post it because it has something to do with like the mail or something like that. Because obviously, Mr. Postman. But yes, okay. But yes, I'll find it and post it. All right, let me come down. Oh. Yeah, bills paid for a year. That's God, period. Okay? Because again, I could not plan that. I didn't know what I was doing. And again, I thought they were scamming me because we had gotten scammed so much from 2020 to now. There have been like an uptick of scams and stuff like that. Like we thought we had a job. Like I thought I had a job as a photographer. Somebody was hiring me and then they wanted me to send them like a paycheck or something. It didn't make any sense. And I was like, no. And then come to find out it's a scam. So when they reached out to me, I was already like, I'm over it. And she had to resend me an email like, no, we're serious. Like, here's our work and blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, okay. And it really showed me again, joy got me that opportunity. Joy paid my bills. Joy, me enjoying music. And so I feel like we're given our joy and our dreams like for a reason. For a reason. Oh, Marissa's book is called Cocoon. Did I put it in there? Yes, Cocoon. Yes. Yay. Oh, I appreciate that, Marissa. I appreciate that. Yes, it's beautiful. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Sorry, guys. There's no competition. There's no competition. But yes, joy. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Chi-Town's DJ Kiss. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Oh snap! I think I just found Alicia's commercial. You did? Okay, yes. Okay, good. Because I'm like, did they take it down? I don't see it. Do you know the title of it? If you can share it, I don't know. Either way, thank you so much. This is definitely, it blew my mind. Your voice sounds divine. Thank you. I appreciate that. Congrats on this amazing accomplishment. Thank you so much, Misha Shipman. I appreciate that. That was one of my I was so happy when I got like a call from my aunt. It was like, I heard you on the TV today. I'm like, what? From my aunt in Philly. I heard you on the TV today. I'm like, oh my gosh. Like this is nuts. It's something I couldn't have planned or dreamed. But that is proof to me that joy is the way, that my ideas are good, that I don't have to seek permission to do it. I gave myself permission to have fun and it paid me. I wasn't even doing it for money because I was like, this is not my song. I'm not getting, so when you do cover songs on YouTube or when you share music, when you do cover songs, I think they give most of the paycheck to the people who wrote the song because fair, right? It's their song. So I wasn't doing it for the money. I was doing it because I had fun. And that came back. Like my joy was rewarded. I was paying tribute to artists that I love. I was doing like cover songs by Marvin Gaye and, by a lot of folks that I really, really enjoy. I'm Sam Cooke and they like that song. And I'm like, wow, okay. Thank you. Thank you. And the people who wrote the song got paid too. It's a win-win. So yes. Thank you. Thank you, Misha. Greta says, I got to get those books. Yes, please. It's really good. They're really good. They're both really, really good. Yes. Effortless. That's it. I accept that, Greta. That's my word. Effortless. That's the season we're going into. Effortless. An effortless season. So yes. So that's all I had today. I appreciate you all being here. I appreciate you all being so kind and generous with me. Again, I will share the commercial later on. Let me see. Because is this it? Because now it's going to bother me. Because I'm like, I know it's there. But effortless, yes. Effortless is the season that we're walking into. And I accept that, Greta. So thank you. Thank you so much. So yes, that's all today. I hope that you all have a wonderful day. Give yourself permission. Again, write yourself a permission slip. I'm being dead serious about this. Write yourself a permission slip. I blank give myself permission to blank. Right? Period. Hard stop. Nobody else has to see it. Nobody else has to sign for it, but you sign it. Sign it at the bottom. Seriously. And use a picture of your younger self if you need to, right? I give you permission. Alicia, you have permission. Just like I give you permission to take a break, to do less, to go into an effortless season. I give you permission to see what happens when that happens, right? So yay. All right. Love you guys. Hope you have a wonderful day. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. I will be back tomorrow for the last day of Black Girl Creative. And again, I'll share the link if you want to join the garden. It's a beautiful community, seriously. And I obviously, like, girl, we don't believe you, but seriously, I'm nourished every time we have a session. So we'll have co-creation sessions, workshops every month, show and tell where we can show and share what we're creating. I'm really excited about that. We are going to have Q&A, so like group coaching. If you have questions about your creative stuff or just life stuff that you need help with, or, you know what I'm saying? Some connections or advice, those kinds of things. Also later on, I have other ideas for Black Girl Creative too. I want to have like a showcase of some sort. I'm also working on a newsletter so that folks can share their art. So like, people writing books like Marissa and Lavendula, you know what I'm saying? Like promoting people making things and supporting them. So yeah, lots of things coming. But thank you so much for being here. Thank you for hearing my heart, for seeing me, for supporting me. You all are amazing. I love you guys. Have a wonderful day. Love yourselves. Keep creating, because what you create, it matters. You matter. All right. I'll talk to y'all later. And thank you so much, Tanya Dorsey and Priscilla Bailey. It's good to see you. Thank you for the likes on Facebook. And thank you again, Yoli, for your generosity. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. All right. See y'all later. Bye.